2023 is coming to a close, and while most channels will probably feature some sort of year-end list, here at Random Gaming Ramblings, I'm always 2 years behind when it comes to most AAA stuff, so even attempting something like that would have been moot. So just know that Sea of Stars was the best 2023 game I played this year, and that Yakuza Like a Dragon, The Artful Escape, and Life is Strange 2 were the best games not released in 2023 that I played for the first time this year. Gripping stuff, I know. Let's just move on from the past and list the 24 upcoming 2024 games that I'm most hyped up about, from least to most anticipated. Do notice that games get delayed all the time, so maybe half of these might not even get released next year, and some surprises might pop up along the way, who knows. Just like, subscribe, and let's go.
Number 24, Skull and Bones.
I am so excited for that release window drama we're inevitably getting with this one. You know, the bug compilations, the memes, YouTube reviewers walking on eggshells when talking about the game so as to keep the Ubisoft review codes coming. I'm actually hyped for that circus. The game itself, not so much. But hey, if we actually get a decent pirate game out of this mess, I wouldn't mind it at all.
Number 23, Zenless Zone Zero.
I actually have no interest in playing a gacha game whatsoever, but this looks insanely cool and the name is some epic nonsense. I can't help but respect it. And since it's obviously going to be free to catch some whales, I might actually try it, but just for a little.
Number 22, Earth Defense Force 6.
To be honest, I'd never heard of this thing before, but it's apparently in its 6th installment already. How? Regardless of that, I'm so in. It looks ridiculous. It knows it's ridiculous. So what's not to love?
Number 21, Sword of the Sea.
It's giant squid, so you know it's gonna be good. Still, I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually bought one of their games. I tend to wait until PlayStation gives them to me for free, so I guess I'll be playing this in 2027 or whatever. Can't wait.
Number 20, The First Descendant.
The aesthetics and the character design are working for me, but I would still like to see some more gameplay out of this one. It does look fun though, like if Anthem didn't suck. And the Colossi or whatever they're called seem super cool. The way this one in the trailer moves as if it's glitching or experiencing some kind of malfunction, it's really eerie and threatening and reminds me of Gantz for some reason. So yeah, give me that Korean goodness.
Number 19, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I haven't played a good vampire game in a while, and actually I don't think Bloodlines 2 is gonna be it. It is on this list for wishful thinking alone, but you never know, I'd love to be proven wrong.
Number 18, The Wolf Among Us 2.
Does anyone actually believe this is coming out? Does anyone actually believe Telltale still exists? This is here just for the vaporware representation, but again, I'd love to be proven wrong.
Number 17, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Xbox and Ninja Theory are taking their sweet time with this one, but with every trailer I get more intrigued. If it does drop next year, it will definitely be the Unreal Engine 5 display we've been waiting for. That alone would make Senua's Saga worthwhile, but this one has piqued my interest even beyond the eye candy graphics. Should I play the first one? Has anyone played the first one? If you have, tell me in the comments.
Number 16, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
A side-scrolling platformer wasn't really what I wanted from a Prince of Persia comeback, but you know, I'm not mad. It will be fun to see how Ubi can screw this up. Like, how will the microtransactions be implemented? Will there be level gating or dozens of interchangeable characters? I'll check it out when it goes on sale or when it pops up in a streaming service a year from release.
Number 15, Pacific Drive.
Ooh, this sounds so much fun. I can't believe no one had come up with a driving survival horror game before, but Pacific Drive is definitely doing it for me. And knowing that this will be one of those survival games in which you unearth a bunch of evidence to try and put together whatever happened in the story, ooh, give me some of that.
Number 14, Still Wakes the Deep.
I'm so stoked for this. Have you seen those videos of oil rigs in the dead of the night with like a dude throwing an orange in the middle of the ocean? That's scarier than any zombie or demon or middle manager from a video game publisher. If this game can make good on what they are promising in this trailer atmosphere-wise, I sense this is going to be a huge hit with streamers.
Number 13. Lost Records Bloom and Rage.
I've got a feeling that Square has sent Life is Strange to a lovely farm upstate, so it's nice to see the folks over at Dontnod coming up with something that's more or less in the same ballpark as Liz. From the little we've seen, this looks like Life is Strange meets Stranger Things meets Yellow Jackets, and I'm all in. I don't like the title, though. That subtitle seems unnecessary and pretty easy to forget, like I was sure it was Blood and Rage. And I don't think I'm alone in this. Why not call it Lost Records like a normal person?
Number 12. EIYUDEN Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Eiyuden Chronicles, 100 Heroes. This is just weeb comfort food with a word salad for a name. Need I say more? I'm so in.
Number 11. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
And here we have pretty much the same type of weeb comfort food with a word salad for a name, but with a cel-shaded anime art style instead of the retro chibi pixel one. Again, count me in. Before we move on to my top 10, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Whenever I get a new subscriber, it really makes my day and motivates me to keep this YouTube thing going, okay? Okay, now on to my top 10.
Number 10. Black Myth Wukong.
I'm pretty sure this is straight up going to be a Souls-like type of thing, and that's not really my jam, but this game looks too good to ignore. Also, I feel like supporting something that isn't based on Norse mythology for a change. Seriously, I'm so sick of Valhalla this and Ragnarok that. Let's put the Norse stuff on ice for like a decade so it can sound exciting again.
Number 9. Star Wars Outlaws.
Will this probably just be Far Cry in space? Well, probably. Do I care? Absolutely not. I'm so done with Star Wars as a franchise, but this one somehow got to me. The protagonist and the mascot thing are both very charming, and I'm a sucker for that Ubisoft open-world gameplay loop. I know I'll end up playing it, so see you in 2026 for 70% off Star Wars Outlaws Complete Edition.
Number 8. Visions of Mana.
So those remakes have paid off for Square, and after almost 20 years they have finally greenlit a new mainline entry in the Mana series. Good for the 5 hardcore Mana fans who have been waiting all these years. I personally would have preferred a new Chrono game, but I know that's never gonna happen. Anyway, I'm still hyped for this, otherwise it wouldn't be this high on this list. And it's definitely an incentive to play those remakes I've been ignoring, so there's that.
Number 7. Sandland.
I actually still don't know if this is a turn-based RPG, an action one, or even if it's not an RPG at all, but I'm absolutely sold on Sandland by the Akira Toriyama character design alone. Let's go.
Number 6. Persona 3 Reload.
Believe it or not, but I haven't played the original Persona 3 yet. That P3P remaster is in my backlog right now though, so I'll definitely play that one first before checking the remake out. And you bet I'll be sharing my takes on YouTube. Can't wait to get cancelled and harassed by the Persona fanbase.
Number 5. No Rest for the Wicked.
I actually have never played the Ori games, but this one from the Ori makers looks too good to ignore. I love a good dark fantasy setting full of political intrigue, and the art design and titles are both fantastic to boot. I'm sold.
Number 4. Dragon's Dogma 2.
I'm yet to play the original Dragon's Dogma, but this trailer caught my eye back in June, and since then I've seen people describing it as Dark Souls meets Dragon Age by way of Capcom, and that sounds interesting enough. The original is in my backlog right now, and I'll try and check it before 2 launches. Again, I'm ready for some greedy and edgy dark fantasy type of thing, and if it's got a bit of that Capcom energy, it should be good. I won't promise anything, but a review of Dark Arisen might be on the way.
Number 3. Metaphor Refantazio.
Oh, this one looks so good. For the old farts like me out there, doesn't it give you like early 90s anime vibes? Like, it looks like a cross between Record of Lodoss War and Those Who Hunt Elves, and I'm so ready. Especially because it is a new Atlas IP by the team behind the past few Persona games, and I absolutely adore Persona 5. It is currently the new IP I'm most excited about, and that's why it's number 3 on this list, only behind a couple of new entries in some of my favorite series. You probably already know what they are, but let's check them regardless.
Number 2. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm still unsure about how I feel about the whole 7 remake trilogy, and it's not because I wanted a faithful recreation of the original, it's just because I don't trust Nomura to tell a good story across 3 games, and I'm afraid they're going to pull a Star Wars sequel trilogy. But still, even if they royally fuck up the story, the gameplay in Remake was amazing, and it seems like Rebirth will follow that one to a T. Hopefully the multiverse bullshit will be kept to a minimum, and we can all enjoy the Golden Saucer in peace.
Number 1. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
I won't lie, Yakuza 8 being my most anticipated game of the year before a new Final Fantasy entry surprised the hell out of me. But I can't lie to myself, when I saw this so-called bucket list trailer drenched in fan service, my mind was set. Especially because the latest Rebirth trailer didn't do much for me. Maybe I was too distracted by that poor lady singing her tits off and trying not to be off-pitch because of a crappy in-ear monitor during the Game Awards to even notice whatever the fuck was going on in the trailer. But you know what? I'd rather see Kiryu die from cancer than you-know-who taking a sword to the gut again. Yep, there you have it. And there you go, folks, my 24 most anticipated 2024 games. Are we on the same page? Are you looking forward to some other game I haven't mentioned? Please let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next year.